Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Westfield map, and we've got KABOOM4U from Fiji Clan, and he's in the Škoda T56, the Czech heavy tank at Tier 8. It's a premium tank. Probably seen a few battles from this tank. It's quite popular, so it's a pretty decent heavy tank, and two-shot auto loading with a fairly rapid loading clip. Alright, so the Super Hellcat's gone pretty aggressively to the top of the hill and he's spotted all the TDs at the back, so let's see if KABOOM can take advantage of that. Certainly he's made aware of the fact that there are the TDs there, which is pretty common, but you just want to know their positions. Alright, so he spotted Styra ML, puts one shot in, puts a blind shot in, not sure if that hit, and he takes a shot from the T-34 in his tracks, so no damage there. Didn't even have to use his repair kit. Now, of course he has got damage tracks now, so if he gets another shot on his tracks he will have to use his repair kit, so there's something to be aware of. But you probably don't want to use a repair kit until it's necessary. Anyway, the SU-101 is spotted, but goes dark and puts a second shot in, and again we'll have to see whether that happens. Now there's the Styra ML, doesn't look like the second the blind shot went in, but that's okay. He's being taken out of the game. It's poor old Bunyip Bob being sent back to the garage. It's the T-34 that shot at him, offering his side nicely. He's going to get a chance to get the second shot in. Not quite. That bounced off the top front plate. That's alright. KABOOM's now up to 1200 hit points, so he's getting close to his own hit points, which is your normal first target, to exceed the hit points of your own tank. And the TDs at the back still getting spotted, although they are moving up. I was just looking for a cupola shot there on the T-34. We pull back. Here we go. SU-152 just out in the middle and pays the price for it. It's the SU-101. Is he going to get him lit again? Well, too late, he's gone. And then we've got the AMBT, which is the new premium medium tank in the US line. Just again, as with an auto loader, you just have to keep save place while you're reloading, but luckily the reload doesn't take too long, so just looking for the top of the AMBT, which goes nicely through, and you can see the high roll there on the round. One more shot. Unfortunately that just bounced off. It is loaded with these heat rounds, so what's his penetration here? Average 248, so could be doing a bit better than that, obviously with RNG. In any case, game's still fairly even. They're one tank down, but hit points slightly in favour of the enemy by just about 1,000, and there's the side of the AMBT, but now he's got some other targets here. There's the T-34, takes him out, he's a one shot, and he can take on this Tier 7 heavy tank, the Tiger P. Did take a hit on his gun, but again hasn't lost any hit points yet, so chooses this time to repair both his tracks and the gun. And that AMBT is not going to last long, and there he goes out of the game. Tiger P also on very low hit points, and bang! KABOOM gets the kill. So not a lot of hit points, but that takes him to just under 3k damage. And the game is almost even, so 8 tanks all, and they've only got a small hit point advantage. Now this is sort of a dangerous phase of the game from this part. Tanks, you can see where the Scorpion G was spotted, and there you go. Gets lit by a tank right on the edge, which is that Eagle 7, who was spotted as soon as he fired, and KABOOM gets his second shot into him. But the view ranges are short enough that a stationary tank kind of bush can spot you, and TDs that are unspotted, like that charioteer we haven't seen, can get a free shot basically. So KABOOM takes the wiser option and is going to move back down through the village where you get a lot of hard cover. So 2 kills there to KABOOM, and is there any tank still alive on his team that's actually got any kills, whereas on the enemy team, nearly all of them do. More than half, I should say, when I say nearly all of them. And Charioteer takes out the IS-3, that's not a good sign. Charioteer still hasn't been spotted. The Cannon Jagdpanzer 105 takes out the AMBT finally, but they're going to be lit. And there's a Panther M10 down there, and you can see there's the T71DA and the LT432 across the map who are unspotted. Okay, finally the Charioteer gets lit, but the Cannon Jagdpanzer goes down. As KABOOM takes a quick snapshot towards the LT432, pretty dangerous light tank. But so is the T71, and the Chi-Ri, yeah, just getting monstered by the Charioteer there. And the Charioteer finally gets taken out as well by the UDES across the map there. And bounces a shot there, fires a quick blind shot and takes out the LT432. So good to know your bushes. Yeah, that wouldn't have been a lot of damage there. I think he only had 117 hit points when we last saw him. But now it is 3 versus 3. Got a heavy tank, a medium and a TD versus a light TD and a medium tank. So this could go either way really. There's no real advantage to either team, although the UDES probably has got pretty good spotting. I'm deciding to actually go for a blind shot. Well, there's the T71 that has been spotted, possibly by the UDES, but he's behind hard cover there. He's got a bit of terrain to cover him, so KABOOM deciding to hold his shots. And you'd have to expect the Eagle 7 and the Scorpion G are going to be heading this way. So KABOOM just keeping his eyes open for that. And also trying to put a bit of distance between himself and the T71DA. If, now of course the view range circles on the minimap are your view ranges, so not the T71 who might have high view range. KABOOM's deciding, alright, it's better to be on the other side of the map. They might get lit by the T71, but it puts them a bit closer to the T71, and potentially if the T34 stays down there, he might be able to spot any tanks that come up. Now that was unexpected. The UDES 03 overturned, so he's paid the price for that. Must have been manoeuvring for a different position and just went down. And then you can see the Eagle 7's been spotted. I'm not sure the KABOOM's actually noticed this yet. There he goes. Now he's certainly spotted him now. He's got him. Puts one shot in, goes to track. He must have used a repair kit. Puts the other shot in as a blind shot and gets the kill. So they're back to even again in terms of tanks. Although the enemy got a slight hit point advantage, it's probably not too important. But KABOOM deciding to head across and try and pick up where that T71 is. He hasn't been lit yet, so that's a good sign. Where the Eagle 7 was, there's probably a Scorpion hiding as well, and the T34-1 is deciding to follow KABOOM, which is probably not a bad idea. Safety in numbers. And heavy tanks struggling up the hill here. But you can expect that T71 is most likely still in this vicinity. And there's quite a few dead tanks here. T34-1 pushing forward slightly. And okay, there we go. That proxy spotted the T71. That means the T34-1 is lit, and the Scorpion takes a shot at him, and KABOOM sees that he's been lit because he's broken his camo and puts 2 shots into him. The T34-1 can get another shot in. No, he gets taken out by the T71. Now Scorpion's lit again, probably because he started moving, and he's much closer now anyway, so even though he's in a bush, does put a shot into KABOOM, but KABOOM's going to get reloaded before the T-71. Sorry, the Scorpion puts one shot into Scorpion, gets rid of him, snaps towards the T-71, and unfortunately, it must have just gone into the ground. Now he's just pushing forward. Possibly the T-71 is also clipped out and is reloading, otherwise he'd be possibly a bit more aggressive because he would know that KABOOM's probably on a reload. And KABOOM will be reloaded very soon, which he is. And luckily it's only the T-71 that he's got to deal with. So it's not going to catch him going up this hill, but definitely a good idea at this point to turn around, because the T-71 will scoot around and come down the hill pretty quickly. He goes for the repair there. He did have damaged fuel tanks. You don't want to get set on fire with 264 hit points. And there's the T-71, one shot into him, and he takes a hit from the T-71, but one more shot, and he gets the snap on the T-71 and takes him out, and that is the end of the game. So pretty tense there, and let's go and see how that panned out in the details. Well, that was a good win there. It was pretty much kill or be killed, so it took a bit of calmness from KABOOM to be able to make the shot and be accurate and on time, but certainly pulled that off well. So he's ended up with 6.5k, so yeah, so he did get some blind shots in there. Oh, certainly with that LT, but probably one of the other TDs. 6 kills from getting the T-71, that gave him the top gun, and a very small amount of assisted damage, and he also blocked 1500, which gave him steel wall as well. And of course, an Ace Tanker Mastery badge. So T performance, so wow. 1623 base experience, really nice level of base. AMBT on his own team, which we didn't see a lot of, got 3.3k, and they were sort of the outstanding damaging tanks, and there's quite a few 0 damage tanks there, unfortunately, and I think that east side of the map was pretty much a killing ground for the enemy in the early stage of the game, so that's why they lost their light tanks. On the enemy team, the LT-432 did 2k of damage, and obviously pulled off a pretty good game. On that side of the ground, the Charioteer did 3.6, and the MBT that he killed at the end did 3.5, so quite good performances on the enemy team, and if it wasn't for KABOOM, basically that would have been a loss, so good carry there from KABOOM. Shots fired, 25, direct hits, 20, so 5 went astray, but yeah, there were some blind shots in that as well. 18 in penetrations, he was using this premium round. A couple of bounces there that we saw. Did have some additional battle payments, that gave him a nice income of 205, and he spent 120 on ammo, of course, and additional on premium consumables, so he still made a profit there at 38k, which is very nice. Another great game there from KABOOM4U. Thanks for the content. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please think about doing so. We'll have more great content like this to follow, and thanks for watching.